fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
How could Americans?
Very complicated to write legalese. Things like waterboarding
A small number
is
of
torture.
suspected terrorist leaders and operatives captured during the war have been held and questioned outside the
This goes
United
far
States.
beyond waterboarding, and
In a separate
it could
program
even
operated by the
called,
Central Intelligence Agency.
It doesn't simulate it at all. You are in fact being tried, although, albeit slowly under controlled conditions, and that's what it feels like. Therefore, the overriding instinct of everything in you, mentally and physically, is to fight back against this drown, smother, reflex.
Waterboard hip-hop, I torture the flow like water. The drought over, yeah, here we go. Used to spit, now I pour my soul into the shit. Praise God, Mob Deep goes hard, it never ends. You can drown in this ocean of dopeness. Jump into this deep, dark abyss. I'm swimming, they wish, they pray, they hope, they dream they could be so fresh. But my drive and passion supersedes their attempts to be. Just like H, just like P, there ain't a rapper breathing air that compared with these. Elite niggas from the new IC. That's why all these new guys, they know who I be. You don't want that slow pain, so respect my team or get Guantanamo Bay. My veins, they bleed the blood of a young gun. Boy, I squeeze if I pull it. Pete float like a yacht, and I sting like them bullets. Fuck a fight, I will box you in that 7x2. My slow flow drip till it make a pool. Non-stop bars, I'm a bottomless pit. A dopamine 16, this is that queen shit. I'm psycho with rap, get your brain wet. We can't let this shit fall, we too strong, we too dope. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas. I'm psycho with rap, get your brain wet. We can't let this shit fall, we too strong, we too dope. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas.
Yeah, I think I'm Dick Cheney, George Bush. The way I waterboard these niggas got them all shook. A verse I spit is fire, got them coughing up soot. A gruesome act committed, and as judges throw the book. So this is for my niggas, trapped in them dungeons bidding. No commissary coming, so you know they guns are spitting. That's just the way we living, society won't forgive us. But we don't ask forgiveness, we take it, that's a stick up. Who won't be opposition? That's when the plot are thinking. My mind is so malicious, how you sleeping with them fishes? The world is mine, I figure, and everything that's in it. That dead armor, pop eyes, have you leaking spinach. And so you finish expired like old milk. I catch the bodies, it ain't over till the quota filled. Call it overkill, stand over you holding still. Empty out on them, closed casket funeral.
I'm psycho with rap, get your brain wet. We can't let this shit fall, we too strong, we too dope. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas. I'm psycho with rap, get your brain wet. We can't let this shit fall, we too strong, we too dope. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas. We torture these niggas, waterboard these niggas.
So waterboarding is an inadequate term for what the torture is. The torture is drought, and if they continue techniques such as waterboarding, stress positions, sleep deprivation, sensory
Cartel stand brakes, flew the coupe like Toodaloo. Landed in Koreatown cause K-pop's when units move. Snooze, you lose. The crew abused the truce. The ops was on Coronado, watch them down like who is you? Stupid moves. You talking bricks but never knew Jerus. He ain't my dog, he gave the boys in blue a clue. Corned beef, pastrami, matzo ball, noodle soup. Fentanyl for cheap at Langer's Deli, Jew approved. You can call it cocaine, soft or Cuban food. She a barefoot zombie used to dance for 2 Live Crew. Who my boo? She goes to town last night, a fiend dreams for you. Everything she owns stuffed in a vehicle. Eating shrooms, I try to seek the truth. The demons moving through MacArthur Park and eating people's scenic view. Read the news, the graffiti sings the blues. The 18s hit Picasso's like Picasso to the east of Hoover. MS regrouping, recruiting teams of shooters. Peep the bloopers, shake the 8-ball and see the future. Chicken heads with no meat on their bones like wings at Hooters. Zombies tooting lines like marching bangs, strings and tubas. Been a loser, word to bet, past the Percocets. If the Fetty Wap track slap too hard, it's certain death. Pure as heck, if you owe the block, no black disciple. Your knockout, so get knocked up, no Katherine Heigl. I'm dope in the stash, so pure and match my Bible. Thou shalt not worship plastic idols.
And thou shalt not worship plastic idols. As I'm leaning like the Eiffel, looking through the peephole of my rifle. So much grain in these bullets, put holes through a rhino. There's only one God, and his name is Chuck. I'm joking. Or am I? So what's the story with Peter Pan? I was thinking about doing a freestyle every show. Because I know I can't get a freestyle, so I'll do a freestyle. There we go. Let's see if we're gonna get Naga in here today. I tried to get Naga in here yesterday to do Naga Genie Ministries, but he failed me. Yesterday, True Zone had a few words. Damn, what's his name? London. He said London Man is S. I don't know if I agree with that, but let the truth come to the light. It's creepy, scary, how real a lot of this AI. Yeah, it is. It was in that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember when he pulled that thing out of his nose, the tracker? Damn, I forgot the name of that movie. But in that movie, I think it was that movie when he was framed, and they put him in the video. It reminds me like they could take you, you know, and probably put you in a crime you never did. Put it that way. Total Recall. Yes, thank you, Scott. And how you doing, Anna K? Scott Severini, Eyes Wide Shut, and Ken a Dummy. What's up, Jay Hyden? Like, I got some questions for Naga because I think Naga's religious, which is fine. I respect it, but the way they describe Satan, right? They say Satan's a shapeshifter. Well, it reminds me of I was speaking to my roommate about religion, and the writer of Jesus, one of them was Flavius Josephus. But anyway, the God in the Bible kind of reminds me of Satan or Jesus, more or less, a smooth talker, a handsome man. And then what God, right, that loves his human creation so much will dump trash onto the earth. This God that has all these powers, but instead of eradicating the so-called angels that turn their back on the creator, you dump them onto the earth to play games with people, right? And then they tell you it's a test. Like, it seems this God likes to play games. And also, what all-powerful God would allow his son to fucking be tortured just to test his son, or the sea? Like, all this stuff is like, it's wild to me when you really start breaking it down. And then when you question it, a preacher will quickly say it's blasphemous. That's because they know you're catching on to the bullshit. And I guess people are right in the way they see things. That's why I think every character in this realm is different and sees through different lenses. That's the purpose of being here. At least how I see it. You know, the new God is going to be AI. Like, so many people go to AI and ask questions, the chat GPT or whatever it's called. I still haven't done that. Like, I don't care to lock into that shit. If I have any questions, I'd rather ask myself. Like I said years ago, I said, the computer is the new book burning. Just because the AI overlord says something, don't make it factual. You know, they even got this bullshit fact check and all this crap, and people buy it. People won't listen to each other for the most part, but if a 20-inch screen says it, then they believe it. I personally think a lot of stuff's going to be rewritten. What's up, Candy? How you doing? And I think AI is going to be the new. It's out with the old, in with the new. All this digital world they're creating. I never thought growing up that you could interact with a fucking computer. You know, motherfuckers got wives and shit. They married a fucking gigabyte girl. You know, um, that's fucking crazy to me. And they probably do weird things with it too. Um, um, The one day I got questions for Naga, he ain't gonna show up. Probably changed his phone number. Bing bing. I wrote a new rhyme this morning. It's real negative because I'm working on the song called The Slums. And it's gonna be very negative because it's exactly what I'm writing about. The slums. Hold on. Damn. Oh, good. It didn't boot me out. The VR gleam. Blah, blah, blah. It does fry your brain. What doesn't fry your brain nowadays is the problem. If the food don't get you, or the water, or the air, or the computers. But yeah, that's what I was saying about being able to interact with computers is wild. Some some people say it's a demon. Some people think it's demonic entities, which are two very good ideas. You know, I thought many for hours thinking, how the fuck does a computer interact? Like, how does it answer you? It would be wild if they trap souls in it. How do we know we're not in a computer already? We must get a boat and travel to the end of this realm. I want to know what's there. It would be better to do it now when the South has their summer. Or even go to the North Pole too. See, they want to keep us busy. So we're not thinking about things like that. We don't have time. I think there's so much like cities underground. It's like people want to be slaves. I don't know. I could find out. Let me see. What AI Overlord has to say. Oops. It says Svalbard, Norway. Svalbard. I don't know how to say it. Oops. Oh, I'm coming. Whoever's at the back door, hold on. Why's it gotta be a back door? Who's at the back door? Nagajini. Let's see. My answer is, oh shit. I got these pictures. Look at this shit I found.
What's
We're
good,
gonna
bro?
look
Can you hear
into
me?
this. Yeah, you're good.
My background loud?
No.
Cause it's windy as fuck, nigga, and I'm doing a job. Feel me? I'm doing the whole
Oh,
living room and a kitchen, remodeling the whole living room and the kitchen and shit.
it is cold. I was freezing today.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking cold. It's like 30. When I
So,
left this morning to come home, it was like fucking 30 degrees. This is the closest island to the pole. Right here, Candy.
they say it's supposed to snow today.
No?
Nah, they say it's supposed to snow.
Oh man. Dang, it's windy
Yeah,
where
man, I
you're
just
at.
that's when say that again.
I said it's windy where you are.
Yeah, that's what I was asking if my background is loud, cause it's windy as fuck. Cause I just step outside to smoke, take a smoke break, but I'm working inside.
Damn. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to ask you questions, but I didn't know you were working about. Because I know a lot of Haitian people are religious. I respect it. You know, I might not be religious or in a religion, but I know there's a creator, you know, or a higher power of some sort, whatever it might be, a higher us, whatever people want to call it. I know for sure this whole place wasn't no accident. And I don't believe in no Big Bang either. I create a
Yeah.
Big Bang every morning when I fart.
I mean, I could take the question, bro. I just, I won't be for too long, but, for like probably like 20, 15, 20 minutes, I could take a couple questions, bro.
Um, what's the biggest religion in Haiti? Is it Jehovah Witness or Christianity? 'Cause you were saying you think a lot of names in the Bible are Haitian.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of Haitian brothers and sisters that are Hebrew Israelite, like Kodak Black. I think
Right.
he's a Hebrew Israelite.
Right. Uh, Haiti only got, one, main religion, is Christianity. Now, the Catholic Church just mean universal church, right? That's what it means. So Catholic just mean universal, right? So the Catholic Church is universal, right? So all the other denomination, right, is a branch of the Catholic Church, right? Whether you have the Protestants, whether you have the Methodist Church, whether you have the Baptist, right? All these are the Jehovah Witness. All these are denomination, right, of the from the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church, they were, you know the people that basically invaded Haiti I believe in 1830s, in the 1830s, right? They invaded Haiti And when they invaded Haiti, they burned down, a lot of our voodoo temples, right? I say voodoo, for the lack of better word, but it's really they are really sacred temples. They're not voodoo, right? Or Christian. They sacred temples, right? That has sacred texts, right? But yeah, in the 30s, they invaded Haiti. I think 1835, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they invaded Haiti, right, and committed religious war, right, on the people.
Haiti got their freedom though in 1870 something, right?
We got our independence in 1801, and we
Oh, I thought it was
basically
1870s.
and we signed our constitution. We declared our independence in 1803. That's why we had the 1805 constitution. But yeah, so once they came, and Haiti, and committed, religious war on the people, they installed they established, the universal church with our sacred text. They took our sacred text, and burned our libraries and our temples, and they took our sacred text and went to Europe, right? And they bring it back in the form of a collective book, right? Which is what they call a Bible, right? But the Bible is of various, letters, right, and other books that the Europeans, they took, from us. I mean, not the letters. They didn't take the letters from us because we were sending them these letters, right? Because there was only one church, right? The gospel, the good news, right, was given unto the disciple, and Jesus told the disciple to stay in Israel, right, until the Holy Spirit, right, return, until they basically, get the whole receive the Holy Spirit. So for a long time, we never left Haiti. We was only sending letters, right, to other people, right. That was that was outside of Haiti, because when it comes to America, Haiti is the capital.
Rewind that again. You said, sorry about that, a phone call. You said
Oh,
Haiti's the capital of the U.S.?
yes, not the
Hmm.
U.S., but the continent, because the U.S. is not a continent; it's a corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a long time we never left there, right? So we was only sending letters, right, to these people, and these people took the letters, right, and they formed a doctrine with it. But we never had a doctrine. We only had the law, right? That's it. It's just the law.
Someone said that the Bible was written for King James. King James was a white guy.
I mean, it was written by him. It was
For him.
written by him or translated by him, but it wasn't. I mean, not written. It was translated. Because I keep telling people, when you think of the Bible, is not one book. It's a collective of book.
Yeah.
It's a collective. So somebody took it, right? Took all the books there was, right, in the 1800s, right, and they compile it into one book. They pick and choose, remove, they put their own sauce to it, and all
Yeah, they
that.
took out the good books. Like I like the book Enoch. That was one of my favorite books. And I used to like Revelations, but then I started to question things like why does this anyway. I used to like Revelations because I, I figured that was the only way the earth would be cleansed of these parasites, but then I didn't think it was fair that children and innocent men and women got to die because of these evil people. It's always the good that got to suffer because of these evil people. But hopefully, people will wake up and we could cleanse this evil out of here. put them in a prison where they belong. And if these people are out of the picture and we could grow food that aren't poisoned, no one will never starve again. No one should starve. No one should be homeless, and no one should starve. And drugs shouldn't even exist. But if people want to do drugs, that's on them. But I mean, like, finding it. There's too many children, even a teenager's a child at this point, that do these hard drugs and fuck their life up. But it's truthfully, it ain't my business what people put in their body. If they want to do that, it's on them. But as far as being homeless, like the Bible says, God gave us this earth, right? And I used to think, yo, as a young man, more like, if we're being bamboozled, if God gave us this earth, what the fuck are we paying the government for? You know, I know how the government's supposed to work, but unfortunately, it's not working. It's all an illusion that people keep falling for. That the government.
Can you hear me, Charles?
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah, so I don't know if I answer your question.
Damn, what was I saying? Shit, there's plenty of ways to defeat the government. There was 13 people in here. More than half of them are leaving, which is fine. Because that just tells me that people don't want to do anything about anything. They're going to go watch some corny shit. They're going to go rock yourself to sleep. But when their food stamps got snatched, they was wide awake on that one.
Yeah, I had a call, my bad.
That's all right. When their food
But I was
stamps
saying,
got
if I answer your
snatched up,
question,
people were awake on that. Now they got their food stamps back. They're gonna go back to sleep. You see all the stores getting robbed? I told y'all that was gonna happen. I knew that way before they took the food stamps.
what?
That stores were gonna get robbed. They were fucking ransacking all the stores. Mostly out west. I think a few in New York, but they was robbing the 7-Eleven they showed. People were yo. There was like 80 people just grabbing whatever they could and running out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're trying to spark a civil war. But I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen because we're gonna get natural disasters. You feel me? That's gonna come our way. So instead of people, trying to fight, trying to cause a race war, people are going to worry about their own survival. Because the government ain't gonna be able, to provide for you, right? Because they ain't gonna, they're gonna too busy trying to get you into, and to participate into a war. So they ain't worry about providing for you. So you're gonna have to provide. You're gonna have to say, okay, I either go with the government and fight, right? Or I could just, just fight for my own survival, right? So that's basically what they want. But I think a lot of time I think people are going to side, want to side with them. That's why the natural disaster going to trigger, going to happen. A lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to lose their their things.
Look,
Because people
if
for 10
you
years I've
either
been telling.
lose,
Right.
people are gonna either fight or stand your ground, because we don't need to fight. If we came together and there were people that had some acres of land, we can start growing our own food and doing without going to the store. But I see people have gotten too used to being handed everything and
Listen, bro.
live in this
People,
material world. They don't want to take a step back. They're too comfortable. So I think something drastic needs to happen to wake people up.
listen, bro. When you see a war break out, that's not when the war started because there is
Mm,
preparation that's taking place,
true.
right? So for a long time, I've been telling people, look, man, we gotta do something about
We
this
do.
shit. And what people for like 10 years, what people been telling me, man, you think you're telling us something we don't know? Man, we been know what's going on here, man. We can't do nothing about this shit, man. And you
I
ain't gonna
ain't
stop
hearing
this
that.
shit. If anything, save yourself. That's what people been telling me for 10 years. People for 10 years been telling me we can't do nothing about this shit. They know what's going on, right? I just gotta save myself. That's what people been telling me, right? So now that nature is taking over, right? I don't want to hear people saying nothing, man, right? Because at the end of the day, niggas wasn't doing nothing back then. Niggas ain't gonna do nothing now, right? So, right, since you wasn't prepared, right, for a battle, just keep your eyes out of the battlefield. Since you wasn't prepared, nigga, to have a battle, keep your eyes out the battlefield. Period.
Hmm. Yeah, some people don't need to be on the battlefield. They could be a nurse.
No,
They could
nobody need to be on the battlefield, bro. Nobody is nature against the government. So nobody
mm,
should be on the battlefield. Period. Or else nature gonna deal with you too. Nature gonna look at you, nigga. You an enemy. If you on the battlefield, nigga, you ain't listening to what I'm saying, right? When I was telling you, nigga, get ready, right, to to take care, to do what need to be done. You didn't want to do it, right? Now that I'm doing, nigga, sit your ass down. That's what your mama said when your mama told you to clean up, clean for a minute, and you haven't cleaned. When she's clean, nigga, you better get her way,
hmm.
right? Cause she gonna clean you too with the house. Stop playing with mama nature.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Andy. 21 years. Yeah. It's been 23 years since I seen my mother and my uncle, and like 19 years since I seen my grandfather. Sometimes, and numerous friends. Sometimes I feel like I'm living a different life. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. It definitely feels like I'm living some other dimension, but we're all gonna die. Hopefully, by the time I exit this womb called Earth, Mother Earth, I get to see these pieces of shit suffer, like they made a lot of other innocent people suffer. Like I don't see what gives them the right to poison water and food and give people vaccines with poison in it or technology in it or just a bunch of shit. The police are scumbags. Um, I could go on, man. People know the deal. I'm just tired of talking about
Listen,
shit, man.
listen. To be
Time for
able to
some action.
listen, bro. To be able to see the devil burn, right?
Fuck the devil.
And listen, though, I'm just saying something. To be able to see the devil burn in hell, you literally have to be in hell with the devil.
Let's go.
So
I'll
I'm
smack
basically
that pussy off his throne.
so listen. So I'm basically saying, to be able to see these people suffer, you're gonna have to sit there and suffer with them.
Fuck it. I'm doing that now. Shit. You know?
You don't have to. Like me, I ain't watching them suffering, right? In fact, I'm watching the ancestors rejoice. I'm having the ancestors having fun. I'm watching the ancestors restoring order. That's what I'm watching. That's how I know what's going on with the ancestors, what they're doing, and to stay out of the way, right? And not get close in the crossfire, because you know my battle is nature, right? It's AI versus nature.
You too, Candy. Having a great day. And stay out of the cold.
Yeah, bro. That's what it is, man. If you see the train is coming and you still on the track, what you
I'm
think
on
gonna
it.
happen?
You're gonna get hit.
Exactly. And that's
How's
what
Haiti doing right now? Are they still at war over there? Let me look it up. Does anyone help them out?
they can't listen. You don't understand, bro. When we say we don't need no help, why would we need help to deal with the people that's doing the same thing to us? Huh? Who we gonna get the help from when the world is
Me?
the one that's doing it?
Me? If I had a way to get there, I'd help them.
Huh?
I'm not there. I'm not there to destroy them.
No, that's the thing, bro. We don't need help. It's not the fact that we can't get no help, but it's the fact that we don't need help because we're looking at it like, look, the world need our help, and this is why we finally standing up and doing something, right? Because we know that the world need help, but nobody is doing anything to help the world. So we're doing something. So how can somebody help us, right? When we are the one helping. I think people need to look at this, what's going on in Haiti, from a whole different lens.
It's a civil war, right?
Because while other nations is falling, Haiti is rising. We got all the
Haiti
pieces in
should have
place.
been rose. They had such a good leader there, and then because he didn't, my personal opinion is they took him out. Someone
Nah,
did. Someone got sent there to take him out.
man, I'm telling you, people don't like it when I say it, but Haiti is
Oh,
the way it is because of America, because of America, because of America.
that's what I'm
The
saying.
people, the people in America, they were supposed to be sided with us during the Civil War movement, right? The people here was supposed to be sided with us, right? But they
Yeah,
went and
I
sided.
am.
Hold on, I'm saying that the people, you have to understand, the people play a big role. So had the people sided with us since the 1800, right? Everything would have been Irie, right?
Irie.
But because the people sided with the government, right? We don't want to just
Not
come over here.
everyone.
Hold on, right quick. We don't want to just come over here and kill everybody over here in the name of the United States, because we know that's not true. Everybody here, right, is not a part of the United States. You just they just basically manipulating you to think that you are, but we know that the truth is you're not. So we will be wrong. We will have karma attached to us if we would just invade America, right? And just say, all right, all of y'all are the same. So before that happened, we have to separate, right, the wheat from the grain, right? You have to cut the grass so you can see the snake. And this is why for a long time we've been telling y'all, detach, detach, detach. This is what the Bible means when it says that the devil, know that it's going to hell, but it's going to take a third of, a third or three-quarter of the people with him. Because the people attached to the devil.
You think the devil is one person?
No, the devil is not about to, is an entity. It's the government. It's the corporation. And the people, right, that's representing the government is the demons. That's why we have democracy.
That's why they're
Democracy.
called democrats.
Yes. So I'm telling you, man. So right now, nature is coming, right? And dismantle everything. And after that, y'all better not help them build this shit back up. Cause it's gonna be your asses. This time, right? Y'all gonna be one with them. Matter of fact, not even. Right? Cause if y'all even try to help them, nature gonna take y'all out too. Period. Right? If y'all put yourself in these areas, right, where these people are gonna be struggling at, right, trying to help them, y'all gonna go with them too. So let them leave them migrated from these major cities. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help them fight the U.S. Hell no.
Stay out of the cities, man.
Yeah, we're both in the city.
Huh?
Well, I'm not in that big of a city. You are in a bigger city. I
Yeah.
mean, but I'm still in the city.
No, listen, bro. I'm just chilling over here, bro. Listen, when all hell break loose, I know where to go.
So
I know where to go. When people,
do
when all
I.
hell break loose, when people are going to be, fucking, uh, uh, what you call it? When people are going to be paranoid, don't know what to do, nigga. I'm just gonna pack my shit, right? And get me one of them military tank, get me a fucking helicopter, get me some shit, nigga, and get my ass down this south, nigga. From south, nigga, I can make my way to Texas, nigga. I can make my way to Mexico. I can make my way all the way to South America, nigga, to Central America, nigga, right? And I just cross the fucking, get me a boat, nigga, cross the, the ocean and get
I
my ass
love
to
to go to
Haiti, bro.
Mexico.
Huh?
I said I would love to go to Mexico.
Nigga, I know the whole route, bro. The whole route, nigga. From here, nigga, I could drive my way, all my ass all the way down to Panama, nigga, and get me on a boat, nigga, and cross
Dope.
the ocean and go to Haiti.
Oh yeah.
I know where to go when all hell breaks loose, man. I'm just chilling out here, bro. Cause I still feel like, nigga, when all hell break loose, I feel like there's some people, right, that gonna need me. So I can't just, as much as people want me to be like, yo, why don't you, go and help your people? Why don't you go and help your people? Man, my people doing good. They don't need help. They doing great for 7 years, right?
Yeah,
For
Haitians
seven,
are
for 7 years,
stupid.
for 7 years, we was able to keep the government out of power. We're the only people that do that. And in the new world, in modern time, we're the only people. We kept breaking record. We kept, right, written, making history, right? For 7 years, we're the only country that was able to keep the government out. Come on, we
The
doing great.
government sucks.
We doing great, bro. People think I'm bragging about Haiti. No, I'm not bragging about it.
You're proud.
No, I'm telling y'all, look towards Haiti. Stop
You're
speaking on it.
proud. You're proud to be a Haitian. So what? There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if I'm
No, it's
proud to
not.
be a German, they'll say I'm racist.
It's not even
That's
that,
why
bro.
I
Even
don't
if
I
I
don't talk about it a lot. Because the first thing some Jewish people would say is I'm racist because I'm a proud German.
Me, it's not even that, bro. Even if I was a Haitian, I would have tell people, right? I would have basically, sided with the Haitian because of their history, because of what they're doing, because of how they're making history right now. Like, even if I was Haitian, me knowing the things I know about, Haiti and what they're doing now would make me want to be with them, even if I
Mm.
wasn't. So imagine that I am. It's just, it's just a different thing.
Even though being German doesn't make me who I am. It's just a label. You know, um, I'm gonna be me regardless. Whoa, dude! No fucking way this was in New York. This is the old Nah, this can't be right, man. This is the old Madison Square Garden? Wait till you see this fucking picture. This can't be right, man. They must have labeled this wrong. This is some fucking unique, dope ass technological architecture. Man, I gotta make a new track today. I've been slacking on my music. I've been writing a lot, but I haven't put nothing down yet. Because like I said, I'm still looking for a few more things for this song. I know I've been taking forever, but this EP is gonna be a masterpiece. I wonder how they got the name Jehovah. Who is Jehovah?
Did you say something to me, bro?
Who is Jehovah?
Jehovah is not a human being just like me, but it's like the mind, right? Do you get me or not?
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
God's throne is our third eye.
yeah, it's like it, yeah. So when we talk about Jehovah, right? We're not talking about it's just like when we say right? When you hear Jehovah, you hearing J, right? And we call the mind J, right? Bon Dieu, right? The good eye, right? Because J, right? J mean eye, right? So when we say bon Dieu, we're talking about the good eye.
French, right?
No, that's
No.
Creole. That's Creole. And French is
Sounds a little
Dieu.
French.
French is Dieu, Dieu, right? So the French, they all right. So it's basically like England in America. Look at it like that. Like how England speak English and how America
Yeah.
speak English is like two different things. Well, it's basically like that with French and Creole. You get me? So it's
Yeah.
basically the same thing.
Similar. Like it reminds me of like Puerto Rican and Dominican and Mexican. Their language are similar, but
Yeah,
there's differences.
yeah, that's what it is. So yeah,
Jamaican too, right? Isn't Jamaican close to Creole and or no?
Jamaican
Like,
close to English.
yeah, I was gonna say that it's like a dial, not a dialect, but it's like a slang or it's their accent that makes it.
Yeah, their accent make them, unique. But that's why, they most likely, to blend in England, right? In Europe, because that accent, is prominent and is very large in Europe and England.
Scott
So yeah.
Severini says,
What
"Eyes
again?
are the windows to the soul. Eyes see everything, even if we can't recall. This holographic reality is driven from things we saw in the past, and we're hooked to AI." I think our minds are like a beacon hooked to the source. That's how God sees everything, because we are God. We're connected. God sees everything through our eyes, knows everything we're doing, right? The source gathers all the information.
Well, you are God, right? Don't you see everything through your eyes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's how God knows everything.
Yes. So again, Jehovah is not like, it's not physical, right? It's a mental thing that's connected to the physical. So people, but, right? Also, right? It's a double-edged sword. Also, it's a being, right? Just like I'm describing, you able to see things to your eyes because you are God. Well, so it's the same thing. So basically, one, right, who is basically seeing things with his real eyes, right? Not the one without, but the one from within, right? The only eyes, right? The first eyes, right? Is basically a disciple of Jehovah, or is basically a children of Jehovah. Because you are seeing things just like, things, is being seen. Remember, you're not the one, you're not the things that's being seen, right? You are the one that's seeing things. So the things that's being seen, right, is God. Like everything, the earth, the water, nature, right? Like when you see me, the brother, everything you can see and touch is God, right? And you are a children of that, or you are a disciple of that, because you are basically an extension of that, or you are, a branch of that.
Hey, Salama, good to see you.
So that's why I break it down that like that and say, Jehovah is not a person, right? But a person, can be, you know, a disciple of Jehovah, or a child of Jehovah, or a person, can be Jehovah. Jehovah can be a person, but a person can be Jehovah. Let me say it that way. A person can't be Jehovah, but Jehovah can be a person. It's like you can be your father, right? Right? I mean, your father can't be you and your mother, right? But you can be them, because you're gonna have children, and you're gonna have, you're gonna have wife, you're gonna have your own family. That's why they say that you know, we are little gods that's supposed to be, you know, become big gods. So it's like saying we are little children that's supposed to become adults in the spiritual world.
I said I'm a warrior of God. I'm not a soldier. You know, if it's wrong, I ain't doing it. I call my own shots. A soldier would do whatever they're fucking told, like a ding dong.
Well, according to the Haitians, God don't require you to be a soldier. God is the only God have his own army. That's why we call God l'Éternel des armées, right?
Who do you think sent me here?
Hmm? Say again?
God sent me here.
Oh, you talking to the chat?
Oops.
What was your question?
No, I was just saying God sent me here.
Sent who here?
All of us.
Yeah.
No, our
I mean, I wouldn't
ancestors.
say
I think
sent.
our
I would say he put.
ancestors
I would say he put us here.
definitely were here for a purpose.
Right.
I
Which
don't
is to
think anything's an accident.
we here to basically reveal the glory of God. And people look at that and be like, damn, why would God want that? Well, Why would God created us to give Him praise, to give Him glory? No, the fuck, that's not what it means, right? That don't know what it means, right? And my term and my theology, like God is synonym, right? Is equivalent to life, right? So I'm basically saying that, life created you to praise it, to give it praise. Like, man, I'm so glad I'm alive. Man, being alive is the greatest thing that I mean, man, I'm so amazed, you know. So the good thing, we're supposed to speak the good things, right, into life. Because that's what life created us for. Because life is good. You get what I'm saying? But people, when people hear it, people think that, oh, you gotta be on your knees, right? You know,
You gotta be on your knees and put your butt in the air.
with your eyes closed, right?
That was weird. Why? I think Muslims worship Satan. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, the whole
That's
world
why they
worship.
kiss the ground and put their butt in the air. They want to get
The whole world worship the devil. They worship
all
Janice.
praise this dude up.
They worship Janice. Janice is Annis, right? When you
It's
remove the J that didn't,
Saturn.
when you remove the J that didn't exist, it's really Annis, right? So
Anus.
January,
The
so
anal
Jan,
god.
so January, right? Or Janice, right?
Yeah.
The
Oh
god,
shit.
or the god
That's. I
Janice.
never looked at it like that. Anus. Janus.
Yes.
Damn. You take the J out because the J's silent. A J is a newer letter.
Yeah, it
So
didn't
yeah, that
really
kind of makes
exist.
sense.
Yeah. So this is why, right? People don't, don't give,
Honest.
people don't, this is why people don't give, don't honor. I'm not saying praise. People don't honor the womb and the vajayjay no more, right?
Nope.
They honor the
The dick.
buttocks. They honor the
Um,
buttocks.
well, they used to say it's a man's world, but they're always leaving the woman out who plays with the most
Yes.
the
Yeah.
most
It's a
part into life being put on this earth. You know, we shoot out the balls for what, a minute and swim to the womb and then spend 9, 10 months in the womb.
And what do they say in slavery? In slavery, they say that if you was rebel, if you was so strong minded, they would butt break you. Huh?
That's terrible, man. It's not even funny. I laugh,
And
but it's really
and
not funny at
today,
all.
that's what they do in the music industry, right? When these rappers, is so street, they're rapping about, the thing all they do, how they so ruthless in the street, don't play with them, right? They'll, get rid of anything. When soon as they get signed, what happened to them? They
They
get butt,
get dookied.
they get broke, right? They
They
get
get
butt
butt
break.
plugged.
Yeah. So they and now all that gangster shit is just talk. They can't
They're
back it
like,
up because
plug
they
my
always got
bunion.
security amongst them.
Look at French Montana when he was with Diddy. He got diddled. Nah, he
Man,
got
I
his
think nah, man. I
he
think
got his
these people,
cheek
I think these
fucking
people are the
rammed.
influencers. When you're looking at somebody like French Montana, I don't think that he had to make it out. I think he was already. I think he was. I don't think he had to make it in the game. I think he was born in the game, nigga. You feel me?
Damn.
It's like Nipsey Hussle. People are looking at Nipsey Hussle. They give him so much praise and all that, but this man was, he from Ethiopia. He know his lineage. He know his family. He knew everything. So he wasn't born. He ain't had to
Yeah,
get.
isn't his lineage from the Middle East, right?
Yeah. So it's not like these people
Same thing
didn't
with
make
my
it,
bad.
man.
Same thing with French Montana. He's from that country.
Morocco.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. All these people, they from the Middle East, right? But so they grew up, they come here when they were little, right? And
But
raised in
think
the
about it.
ghetto.
If
Listen,
we're
they
not careful, Naga,
hmm
look what they're doing to Europe, the Muslims. They're trying to eradicate Europe's constitution and take over the country that way. Same thing they want to do to America. And if we're not careful,
To me, if we're not careful, listen, bro. What you think gonna happen already happened. You hear me? What you think
yeah,
is gonna happen already happened. So whatever you think is happening now is not what's really happening. It's the opposite. Because remember, when
I
they tell
hope
you to look
so.
right, look left.
Because I
So
don't
when they
want them
tell you they're
ruling
getting
shit
ready
over
to do,
here.
hold on. When they tell you they're getting ready to do this, to do that, don't believe them. They ain't doing shit. Because when they getting ready to do something, they don't tell you. Like how many times they pass laws, you didn't even know that they passed certain laws. You had to find out. Like shit like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right? So when you hear they talking about constitution, they're doing that. Now this is us. Is the indigenous Europeans. They're taking over the land. Is the indigenous Africans. They taking over the land. And they don't want you to know that, so you can do the same shit nigga and take over your land. They always keep you in the dark. Stop acting like we don't know that. Speaking in general. Right? If they always keep us in the dark, what makes us think that all of a sudden they wanna, right? They wanna shed some light on us. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling you, bro,
definitely don't.
what's happening in Europe, like you said, you're right, it's the same thing that's happening here, but it's not what you think it is. Just like people here, they think that the government fin to they fin to do a one world order, they fin to do this, they fin to have a reset the whole time, nigga. We taking over the whole time. The Haitian taking over. I'm telling you, people looking at me like Naga. What the fuck is you talking about? Shut your pseudo ass up. You talking about Haiti's taking over? Look at them, nigga. They're struggling, right? Well, all right.
Not in here, they're not. Haitians work 2 or 3 jobs. They go to school. They take advantage of what's available
Change, nigga.
in a good way. They're not
They,
like they don't take advantage. Man, here in Hartford, and there's a lot of Haitians on the north end, but
the day you plant
I
a seed,
swear, man, they all work and they have good jobs too. In the hospital, they don't have no shitty jobs either.
listen.
And I'm not just saying that because you're here. That's what I witnessed. They work hard like Jamaicans. Like I said, they know the system and they take advantage.
I didn't mean to. I
Yeah,
turned the light up.
Yeah, you could. I bet, Charles.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, bro. Listen, the day you plant a seed is not the day you eat the fruits, right? There is a process. You gotta, right? You gotta make sure you water it. You gotta make sure, right, it get the right sun. You gotta make sure you cut the grass around it, right? So insects, right? So certain things won't eat the seed, or birds won't come and eat the seed, right? And then
That's
finally,
true.
it grow, right? Finally, it grow, and finally, right, it flourish, and now you start to see some fruits, and even then, you still have to wait for the fruits to be ripe before you can actually eat it. So here in America, we've been spoiled by a fast
That's what I've been trying to say.
fast food lifestyle, right? So we think everything's supposed to be fast, right? And a blinking of an eye, but good things, right? People know all good things take time.
We should come up, Salama. If you're still here, she probably left.
You know what I'm saying? All good things take time. So the longer it takes, the better. The part when it comes to the process, right? the more time you take to cook the food, right, and and make sure the season everything is right, is the better the food come out when you share it. So Alma can tell you that she know how to cook.
I hope the states deal with the extremist aspect of Islam. I seen a video this morning in no manifesto like the UK. Yeah, in the UK, they're talking about they want to instill the Muslim law to chop the hands off of thieves, and they're pro chomo. Like they can marry a woman at the age of 6 to 9 years old when she starts allegedly ministrating, whatever you want to call it. That's when they think it's okay to start impregnating them. To me, that's fucking sick. They're children, man. They're fucking 8 or 9 years old, and you think that's okay? Like, these people have lost their mind. I could see people stealing something, cutting your hands off. I mean, if they stole something to eat and you cut their hands off, it's going a little too far. They shouldn't have to steal food. But and what was the other laws? They don't want no gambling and no music. What boring ass life do they live? You know? And put that in their country. Don't come over here. You know, and I get and I guarantee you it's the same Muslims who like got help from the US, because I don't think the US just went there and started bombing. I personally think one of the tribes over there that had a lot of money wanted Saddam out the picture. So because they didn't have enough power to fight Saddam. So what do? They got the US. And then the US probably stabbed them in the back, because who backs the US? Israel, right? And who's the number one enemy to Israel? You know. So, yeah. And karma will get, it just sucks that the United States people, the good people that didn't want to go to war with the Middle East, we gotta suffer for their fucking we get the repercussions from their actions. That ain't right. But it is what it is. But if anyone deserves the karma, they do. For fucking sure they do.
Who are you talking about?
Like Bush. I was saying that they didn't just like invade the Middle East and fucking they didn't just invade the Middle East. I said one of the tribes that wanted Saddam out the picture worked with the U.S. to get him out of there. And once that happened, the U.S. stabbed them in the back, just like, because who does the U.S. work with? Israel. And who's Israel's number one enemy? I think Israel had something to do with 9/11 too, to help them to make it look like they did that.
Make who look like they did that?
I even think like Israel was involved on the low, but and if I'm
Israel
wrong,
and listen, the whole Middle East, bro, they have their own union. Listen, Israel and the Jews is just cousin. Israel and the Arabs, right? They
yeah,
just cousin. Yeah.
Israel is the real German. Like, they're not German, but they're the how can I put it, man? They're doing worse things than fucking.
They're Russians.
Whatever they are.
That's the big dog, bro. Yeah.
Huh?
See, that's the big dog. It's not China. Russia is the big
Israel,
dog.
of course.
No, Russia.
And Israel don't need to be a big country.
Listen, it's
They
not
got big
Israel,
weapons.
bro. It's not Israel. Israel is come lately. It's gonna come lately. It's Russia.
You think Russia's the big diggity dogs?
It's the big dogs, nigga, of all of them. Soon as nigga they start stepping, all of them scared. Why you think they're the only one that have the Lucifer 2? Right? They letting you know that all right, God have the first one. After that is us, nigga. After God is us.
Like Anna Kay said, the real enemy.
Huh?
Israel or the Jews said the Germans are this and that. Look, how is that when Israel is still murdering people to this day? They're poisoning. You know, they're the ones poisoning the food. Why do you think they eat kosher? Because they know what's up with the other food. That's why they're told to only eat kosher food. And that's why I started eating kosher food. When I ate kosher hot dogs, and I'll tell you one thing, they tasted way better. When I took a bite of them, it hit me automatically. I said, this is the way hot dogs used to taste. Kosher has no chemicals, no additives. It's all pure food, man, and spices and stuff. And it tastes way different than those hot dogs with all the additives and geoengineered butt cheeks and whatever the fuck else they put in our food. Yo, I don't care. I'm not scared to say it. These people need to be executed, man. That to me, that's the worst treason. Poisoning someone's water with fluoride and telling them it's good for you, and people believe that shit.
What you mean that's the worst reason, bro? That's why, bro, you keep getting frustrated with what's going on. Or that's why it's like, see, if you go and look at your record, you're going to see that you're going in the same way because you thinking that this is the government have something to do with us, right? So you're trying to put them against their own people when in fact that's not what's going on, right? If you can really see what's going on, you can see like how everything they're doing, how they're able to do it, right?
Oh.
And they're able to then get like no punishment for it, right? Because who's supposed to punish them? You're supposed to. But since you think they're your
I
people,
want to.
so
I
you're
want
waiting
to,
for them to
believe
punish
me.
themselves, which will never happen.
No, I want to do it, but I can't do it alone. You know.
But you can, for you, before you even have this mindset to want to do it, you have to separate yourself from them first, right? If you don't separate yourself from them, you will never get the courage to do it because in the back of your mind, you're doing something to yourself. So when it comes to your subconsciously, you're doing something wrong. So you're not gonna do it.
Don't tell me I ain't gonna do it. Watch.
No, I'm telling you, that's what your body is telling you. Your body ain't gonna want to do it, right? Your body ain't gonna want to do it. Your body ain't gonna listen to you. It doesn't matter how much your mind is talking to the body. It ain't gonna do it because based on the body, you asking the body to go against itself, and the body looking at it like, nah, nigga, I'm trying to survive. Why would I do that? And that's what I'm saying. So before we can even think like how we can approach the government, first we have to detach ourselves from that. We have to look at it for what it is, which is its own separate thing. Then we can develop a way, right, to approach it. But until then, we ain't approaching nothing. We already a part of it. How can you approach something you're already a part of? So before you can, start approaching, you have to create the distance. You have to
I
distance
get what you're
yourself.
saying. You got to get outside the box.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And that's a most American thing. That's why it's people from afar that can come in and do the thing, the work, because we blinded by it, by what's going on here. We blinded. We can't really see it.
What are you doing at this house? What are you putting in?
I had to remove the plastic on it, wallpaper, the wallpaper on it, and then scraped it. And I
Damn.
gotta put some compound on it, and then sandpaper the
Wallpaper.
compound, and
You're
then
pulling the
I
you're
could put it.
pulling the wallpaper off, or you
Yeah,
scraping it all off?
yeah. Pulling up the wallpaper, scrape it, and then put some compound on it. Sandpaper the compound, make sure it even, fill up all the holes, the cracks.
And then paint it. Or you gotta prime it and then paint it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love doing that work.
yeah. It's calm work.
You doing it by yourself?
Yeah.
Side job? Like you price your own jobs and stuff?
Nah, I got the It's not. I got the contract to do. I got
Right.
somebody with me, so it's not just me. Yeah, but I got somebody to do it with me. Cause it's a whole house in a whole living room and a kitchen, so I ain't trying to take forever to do it. Knock it out in probably 3 days, 4 days.
God said Israel blew up their world. That's why they were given land in 1947 and were kicked out of every country prior. Well, I'm still trying to figure out what pissed the Germans off to. I mean, look at the world came together. Hold on. The world came together to go against Germany. And I always thought, what the fuck? You know, I was trying to speak about the German technology, and I had some guy in the comments say that the Germans stole the technology from black people. Um, it always somehow leads to fucking racist stuff, but
To
I think
me, it
go
to me
ahead.
it always end up to political stuff. Cause what they want us to look at race is political stuff, right? So, uh, to me, it's for the same reason why the Haitians is kicking them out in Haiti, whatever they call themselves, the French, Canada, whatever. We know them. We have a history with them. We know they like to, jump entity. They like to, jump into different bodies. But we're not talking about physical body. We're talking about political bodies, right? So is the reason why, bro, that they kick them out. Just what I'm saying, for the same reason that we're kicking them out, right? Because we know we give them the benefit of the doubt. They come
And they
in,
stab you in the back.
they come in, sign their contract, sign their treaty with us, that and then they always violated their treaty. So after that, there is no, you know, kumbaya after you don't violate, your treaty. The kumbaya is before the treaty. So we went through the kumbaya to make sure, right, we had a peaceful treaty, right? So after that peaceful treaty, after that kumbaya, we get to the peaceful treaty. Once you violate that, you gotta go. We don't want you here no more, right? It's simple. They never had a homeland because wherever everywhere they go, people was already here because they came from another planet, right? Everywhere they go on this planet, people was already inhabited this, that geographical area. People what may not be occupy all the land, but people was occupying the area, right? So they didn't have no homeland, right? So somebody in some area had to let them stay, and after the people see what they see them for who they are, after they remove the mask, they gotta go. It's simple, but good, you got it, bro. I don't know if you're speaking, Charles. You might be you muted if you're speaking. Yeah, man, I keep telling people again. I don't know if you're speaking, Charles. You're on mute, but yeah, I keep telling people, man, get into politics, right? Once you get into politics, you will know how to move. You will start thinking everything has to do with race. You will think everything has to do with your skin color. Get into politics, and y'all niggas don't want to get into politics. Y'all niggas don't want to get into law and order. Period. Y'all niggas want to be on demon time.
Sorry about that. I had to take the air conditioner out. My roommate room's freezing. My roommate's like 70 years old. I had to do it real quick. It is freezing. But yeah, thanks for coming up, Naga. I know he has to work. But trying to find some more architectures or inner city Ks. Let me see in the chat. Wars, racism, any form of division, even with our bodies. C1 vertebrae called. Yup. That's funny you bring that atlas up because I made a rhyme saying, I'll hit you with a left hook and spin your head like it's on an axis. I think it's to keep your head rotating at the tip of the spine on its atlas. I forgot how I said it, but I wrote that down the other day. Because atlas and axis rhyme. And do you know there's an inner city cave? And it's a Hindu temple. Holy shit. It's like a city underground in this big cave. All these stories, if people watch Minds Unveiled, he just had a really good video he just put out. About this like myth allegedly about a native, I think it was in South America it took place, where this guy, where a city that was in the mountain, they bred and raised white pigs. I thought it was pretty interesting. Politics is politricks, I call them. Politricks is part of government. Government is only a part of this reality. That's why Trump is tearing down part of the White House. Doesn't belong here. Trump's a bozo, number one. A real fucking piece of shit. I can't believe people still back that scumbag. And all these people that voted for him are regretting it now. A lot of them, at least 90%. And that's mind blowing. Because people were screaming, talking about it don't matter who gets in. And they were like, oh, nah, man, Trump, that's my homie, man. Trump's my homie, man. He's going to save America. Man, they're all the same. All these scumbags. All of them. It don't matter what politician gets in, man. All this shit's pre-planned. I can't wait to put my verse out to that song. Oh, man. But it's unfortunate. I got to mix in, other stuff because people unfortunately don't want to hear knowledge and stuff to wake them up. They just want to hear low vibrating nonsense. All they want to talk about in rhymes is killing and drug dealing and fucking this and that. It's all negative shit, man. That's why no disrespect to Jewish people, but that's why Jews took over the fucking rap. They what the Jewish people seen, and not all of them are garbage. I forgot the guy's name for Loud Records. I think he's one of the good people. And I'm not just gonna say Jewish people. People in the record company, these people don't know shit about hip hop. They don't know how to write lyrics. They don't know how to make beats. They don't know how to break dance or spray. They don't know shit. All they see is money. Then they realized how much, you know, through rock and roll and stuff, they realized hip hop is the same. The same way rock and roll controlled the so-called white people is the same way hip hop is destroying. And it ain't just hip hop. It's all the elements of self-destruction, drugs, killing, you name it. They're using that as a weapon, in my opinion. I don't think me speaking really did much, truthfully. I don't think me speaking out really changed much. There isn't many people that's actually came to me and said that I helped them see things differently. Most people just hear what I'm talking about and leave. They don't want to hear some real shit. Like I said, what's up, Groove? They just want to fucking live under a rock. My neighbor's delusional. That's for sure. And even though Trump burned these people and lied to them, and I'm gonna say this again, I say this a lot. The first thing Trump did when he got in was give people that are already billionaires more money. If he was really for the people, he would have got in there and gave us $150 trillion. But he didn't. He didn't. Instead, a couple months later, he gave, I forgot how much it was, to Argentina. He gave Israel money. He gave Ukraine money. He didn't do dick for fucking America, but ruin it more and more. And people are still hanging off his nutsack. It's a fucking joke. People are delusional, and they'll keep backing up that piece of shit. For why? I don't know. Maybe because their ego is not letting them admit they got fucked again. They got fucked the first go around, and Trump buttered them up again, and they voted for him again to get fucked again. Even though I personally don't think it would matter if people voted for him or not, he would have still got in there. I don't care who gets in. Left, right, Trump, Biden, none of that shit matters. It's a new face with the same tactics. He's a Pod Piper. Humpty Trumpty. His whole Pod Piper moment when his Pod Piper moment, or that moment he was a Pod Piper with his fake ass ear shot from a sniper. Bullshit ass fucking. Him and his boy Charlie Kirk with their fake ass fucking assassinations. Anyone with common sense and the eyes to fucking see would have. It saddened me to see two rappers that, you know, no disrespect to them, that's their decision, and I'm not dissing them. Well, kind of. You know, I don't want to say their names because that don't matter. But the point is, they made a song about Charlie Kirkland, or one did. I think it was McDonald did. McDonald's there. Like, they didn't wait to investigate or anything. They automatically just started writing Kirkland's cockerus and saying, "Oh man," and it makes me wonder: are these people getting paid to do it, or are they truly that slow? If anyone that's really shot a gun, especially a rifle, you would know that his neck wouldn't have stopped that. His neck wouldn't have stopped shit. His neck would have been blown the fuck off. It would have made a small entrance wound and blew the other side off. There would have been blood and brains everywhere, or neck fragments. But I don't know, man. I don't know how people fell for that one too. The truth hurts people, man. They don't want to hear it. They rather run from it or call names. But that's fine with me. Look, I've been a loner my whole life for the most part. I like being alone. There's nothing wrong with silence. Do you ever use the music groove to heal yourself? Have you ever tried that? I seen something on one of these producers were saying, um, he I forgot the guy's name. He did a lot of productions on Mobb Deep's album for the Hegelian Dialectic album, but I forgot the guy's name. He had a YouTube channel, but he says every day he uses the frequencies to heal him. I wonder how true that is. Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm's homie. All right. Charlie Kirk, his wife, what a joke she is. You know, if it was a real shooting, I would, feel bad, but I'm sorry, man. I see right through that shit. I seen right through it when I first watched it. I just didn't want to break it down because a million other people were, and so many haters. It is fucked up. Like, let's say it was real. People were like, I'm glad he's shot and dead. Like, that's going too far. Real or fake. Like, um, hmm. I guess if you heal yourself spiritually, everything else will fall in place. I've never tried none of these frequency healings, though. Erica, that's her name. Her name backwards is Akuri. Akire. Huh. Yeah, she gave the middle finger, and then that crazy weird video she had with her husband's hands were gold. Like, what? And people believe that video was real. I'm like, them hands look wooden. Number one, they look fake, spray painted. And look, I've been to a lot of funerals in my life, and no one's hands ever look like that. I seen a video of her recent. They gave Charlie Kirk an award, and she was doing a speech. And she kind of put her middle finger up, like, these people are a joke, man. And I think when they do things, they purposely don't give it 100% because it's kind of like a haha, like they're throwing it in our face for the people who can't see through the bullshit. And it ain't a special gift, common fucking sense. Common sense. But I don't know anymore. I'm into frequencies and cymatics and stuff. I've been into that for a long time. And sound. Nah, fuck that Charlie Kirk shit. That fake motherfucker. Cymatics. I was looking into the 7 tones and the 7 the 7 tones, the 7 wandering stars, and the 7 colors and the gaybo. I mean the rainbow. Isn't it crazy that the people who fought for this country get 1 day, faggots get a whole month? It's wild shit, man. But fuck all those fake holidays anyway. I don't care about none of them. I don't know why people are still joining the military. They should know they're gonna get shitted on when they get home by the government. The government treats, after they use them up, they treat them like dirt. Like my grandfather, he had to go through so many problems to get help, and he didn't get what's that called, discharge in a bad way. He finished his time and on the battleship. He used to go to the VW or whatever it's called. Yeah, they took the rainbow flag and flipped it upside down. Sort of like Satan. You know, the cross is kind of like the 5-pointed star, and they flip it upside down on its head. The people that join the military, they are sleepy NPCs. I know of 3 young men out of high school straight to the military because the whole family went to the military. Who's Terry, right? Military. Yeah, soldiers are terrible. You know, they'll do what they're told. If you got to sign a contract and the government owns you, I'm not with it, man. Bad enough I went to prison and the government owned me for that period of time. Yeah, food stamps and state assistance. Like now, Social Security, I could see if you work, um, anything could happen. You could hurt your back, you know, on a job, anything could happen. Um, yeah, I got to look into my 401k, my older job. I want to see if my money has been stolen. Shit. Hey, what is that shit called on the rainbow? The 7. I don't want to put colors. The 7 light. The 7. Let me drop the link. There's nothing wrong with getting food stamps. I pay taxes, and I rather my money go to people in this country to help them with food stamps than to fucking go to other countries. We can't even sustain our own country, and these pieces of shit are giving all our money to everyone else. And yeah, it is our money. People say the system is supposed to work to where that's our money coming out of our hard-earned work, not to line politicians' pockets. But the system don't work the way it's supposed to because we got scumbags that have been fucking us over for years. When are we gonna say enough's enough? Smack these fucking heads off. Yeah, I know. Violence ain't the answer. God damn. Testosterone treatment. What do you mean? Scott, your niece? Oh, I get it now. All right. I don't agree with that either, but it's not my body, you know? Now, should our taxes pay for it? Fuck no. They want to go get the operations and treatments and all that. They should pay out of their own pocket. And I also don't think parents should be allowed to do that to children either. That's fucking sick. What was that basketball player's name? That did that to his son, became a girl. He played for the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade. His son was 13. What's up in the groove?
What's up, man?
How's everything going?
It's going, bro. Nice day today. It's a little cold, but it's all right.
It's freezing here.
Yeah, I bet, dude. It's pretty cold for early November for sure, especially way down here. So
I'm fucking tired of the cold.
yeah, it's fun for a minute, but yeah, it gets old quick. So it looks like it's gonna be a long, cold winter this year. I'm sorry, I'm washing some. Gonna put some chicken legs on right now. Yeah, you was talking about the food stamp thing, and I'll say I've seen less of it, but there's still the element of watching people go into like an auto response, because it's so easy for these politicians to trigger everybody. They just say certain things to get, I guess half of the people to start hating the other half. This whole left, right, rich versus poor, middle class versus poor. It's just the same game over and over, but it definitely seems like it's starting to lose its luster a little bit.
It's like I was saying, it's like they put new faces but same tactics.
Same thing, man. And but I heard I think last night they were supposed to vote. I think they said that they were reopening to go. They were gonna vote or whatever to reopen.
Oh yeah. People got food stamps because I think it's because people started ransacking shit.
Well, I think what the real issue came up is these air traffic controllers because yesterday or the day before, I think it was yesterday, a lot of them, they've been working basically for free, and a lot of them after 40, it's been 40 days now, and so they had to cancel some flights because a lot of them are stopped going to work because they ain't getting paid. And apparently Trump put a post on his Truth Social site, that's his little version of Twitter, where he said air traffic controllers must go back to work now, in all caps now. And he said, or they will they will face being extremely docked, like I guess threatening their back pay or whatever. Yeah, bro.
There's no saying that. Like to even threaten these people, like it's
Yeah.
wild, man.
And he's telling people to go back to work without a paycheck now, or else,
Telling him to work
what?
for no paycheck, right? Trump won't work for no paycheck.
Oh, he got a paycheck. He got that Adelson money. He got that. He don't want that stupid little presidential salary. I think it's like 400,000 or some shit. He don't want that. And that's another thing. See, well, yeah, he worked. He worked. He won't even take. He's doing the president. He don't even need the money. That's what they said the first term. But boy, he sure needed that $100 million Adelson money and that $200 million or whatever from Elon. This go around, he sure liked some little campaign donations and kickbacks. So.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, fraud, bro.
When I found out, no, you're good. I found out, Peace Hurricane, that chick, what was her name? Kamala got $200 million.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
What?
I guess that's to buy bumper stickers and yard signs, right? Fucking sick, bro.
Like it's just frustrating when our country is falling apart and there's plenty of people that need help and they just keep giving millions and trillions to everyone else but us. And I've looked into how the system's supposed to work, and our country is going to, how many cities look like shit filled with drug addicts and they're shitting and pissing everywhere. Our own American people are homeless, while you got people from India, Africa, all these countries are coming in, they're dishing them money. But people that have been here their whole life ain't getting shit. They're ending up homeless. Not all homeless people are drug addicts.
It's all on purpose, bro. They're doing it, controlled demolition, just like 9/11, bro. That's what they're doing.
That's a good way to put it. I never thought of it that way. Controlled demolition.
That's what they're doing, bro. And they are traitors in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I can't name a president that hasn't committed treason on us. That since I've been alive, from Bush Sr. up.
I mean, even Reagan, bro. Like he was a good front man, and I'll say maybe he probably had some good intentions here, but really, you could say Bush Sr. He even did some things that were, you could interpret it as like, but that's just crumbs, bro. They just throw us these little crumbs, just like Trump when he's telling people, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna, no tax on tips for servers and shit." And it's like, oh, that's great, bro, but that's just some low level crumbs right there, bro. Like that's just to keep, give people something.
No, servers barely make money as it is. They live for tips.
Yeah.
I mean, they work. Their tips are the best part of their fucking pay. But Trump's a bomb, man. I can't stand that clown.
He's stupid, bro. He's stupid, but he knows what he's doing, but he's still stupid, bro. You know, it's that thing they call the Dunning-Kruger effect. You ever heard of that? It's where,
Look it up.
yeah, look it up. It's
What is it?
basically, it's
What is it called?
Dunning, Dunning, and there's a dash Kruger, Kruger, I believe, effect. And that's what's going on with a lot of people. It's part of being a juvenile. It's part of being immature also. We all go through it, but some people don't grow out of it, in my opinion.
It sucks. Trump. I think Trump really hates America.
Well, the beauty of Trump is MAGA. You know, he's been appointed by God to come in and save America. Blah blah blah. You look at every product that dude makes or sells. It's all made in China. Not one fucking thing made in the USA. So, yeah, he knows what he's doing, bro. He's a used car salesman. He's telling you this is the best car on the lot. It's like, bro, it's got a dent in the fender, fucking missing 3 hubcaps, got a crack in the windshield. It's fucking smoking out the tailpipe. Yeah, but it's a beauty. It drives like a dream, bro. It's like, all right. That's what he is, bro. He's a rich boy. He's daddy's little rich boy. That's what he's always been. That's what he is.
Everything handed to him.
Yeah. Literally. Oh, he's a good businessman. Is he? He inherited $1 million in fucking the whole New York real estate market from his dad. So, and then he still went bankrupt 4 or 5 times. So, hey, I guess if that's a good businessman, I'm a good businessman. At least I went bankrupt that many times.
He's only good at tearing down a business.
Yeah, he's an exploiter, bro. Even in his early days of running, back in 2015, 2016, in New York, bro, there were so many people who worked like construction contract jobs and had worked on his projects, you know, building the casinos and all that shit. And so many people had stories, basically how people would do work and he'd stiff on paying them. So it's funny how all that shit went away.
I've heard a lot of things too. And, you know, people say, people only have good things to say about him. See? Yeah, they ain't going to let no one go up there and say something bad about him.
Yeah, he's a chump, bro.
How do you
Dunning
spell that
Kruger?
again? Yeah.
Dunning.
Yep.
And then there's a dash, like hyphenated.
Yeah, I got it. Dunning-Kruger effect. I got it. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where people with low ability in a particular area overestimate their skill, while highly skilled individuals tend to underestimate their abilities. This occurs because a lack of expertise prevents individuals from recognizing their own shortcoming. For example, a poor singer may believe they are exceptionally talented, while a professional may feel their talent is not that special. Nah, it sounds like me.
Yeah, that's a very formal definition, but you can also sum it up as stupid people don't realize they're stupid.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's more, but there's a lot more. Like it says how it works, incompetent individuals, and then it says examples, estimation, and you know, on and on. There's a whole list.
Yeah.
I could pull it up in Wikipedia. Wow. And it just so happens the symbol for it is a fucking trident for psychology. I never noticed that the symbol for psychology is a trident. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, it's probably representing, I think the trident is what, Neptune? Poseidon, Neptune? And I think that represents the underworld. So, yeah, it's, I mean, you know, people talk about it all the time, consciousness and unconsciousness, and how much of that is, how much of what we say and do, it's unconscious behaviors, you know? That might be what the point of that was.
Poseidon had a trident too, I think. And I
Yeah.
also heard, this is the first time I ever heard this, was Satan is the ruler of the ocean. And people made that conclusion because Jesus walked on the water to show Satan, you know, that type of deal. I heard some Christians say. And I'm thinking, sounds good, but is it true? Who knows?
Well, definitely metaphorically it works. And you know what I find funny? You remember, was it last year when they had that that little submarine? I forget what it's called right now. But the one that was diving to the Titanic and it ended up
Oh yeah,
imploding,
yeah.
quote unquote. That shit was that there's another fake event for you. But if you remember a guy that came out to talk about that as an expert, quote unquote, is that James Cameron, that director, movie director.
Yeah.
And like he's real big into the whole submarine and diving to the depths of the Marianas Trench and all that shit. But you know, James Cameron, JC, letters, you know, like Jesus Christ. And but yeah, they are fascinated with the abyss of the ocean. And I've seen a lot of I guess occult conspiracy type channels over the years that have talked a lot about the ocean and that movie The Abyss. There's an entity in that. And if you remember the third Matrix movie, what happened at the end of that shit? He went underwater and it was a whole little underwater city there and shit.
That is true.
Yeah.
The lady that wrote The Matrix, and she I think wrote The Terminator, the first book or the only book. I think it was The Terminator. Said that anything after that had nothing to do with her. Like the first Matrix was her, the rest was Hollywood, like pretty much leaning off of her creation, you know, like trying to bank off of something she created, but because she said something about Neo wasn't something about the second and third Matrix, something about Neo wasn't Neo in that one. He was called, I gotta look at it again. Bro Sanchez had her on there a long time ago and she was explaining it, but I forgot how she put it. I don't want to misquote her, but pretty interesting. Hollywood will just hijack your whole shit. Damn, why won't it let? Oh, that's why.
Yeah, well, you were talking about rap music earlier and the Jays involved in rap music, and that's what they did. They came in and hijacked, really on the business side, a lot of the lawyer and manager level, the record companies, the distribution. That's what they did. They came in and hijacked, and pretty much all those early groups that did kind of come up from a self-made perspective, they all get hijacked.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I personally think like Pimp C wanted to start his own label, so the black people weren't getting ripped off no more, and look what happened to him. He's gone. Who else wanted to start that? Nas is doing it now, but I don't think he's in partner with a JEW. But yeah, it's insane how they like Wu-Tang Clan, their first album went platinum, and that was a big deal back in '93. And then you got to split the money between 9 members. I heard they only made $500 off of that album, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. That's wild. Because back then nowadays you don't need to pay a fucking photographer, a video person, you know, you got to pay all these different people. Now you could create your own website. You could do your own music. You could do your own videos. So you pretty much will bank the way you're supposed to, you know, unlike back in the days.
Well, it's like the traditional record deal structure back in the day where, you know, if you wanted to get something produced and put out, you know, on a record, CD, tape, whatever, you're always looking for a record deal. And so you get the deal, and of course that's all like backloaded. So you might get a little advance, but you're already in debt. So your first few albums are just gonna be paying off the debt. And so there's that whole aspect. But then it's not even enough to produce a record. Then you got to deal with the distribution, which is another middleman. And that's another level in between you and the product you created, is this distribution. And that's just to get your record in stores and on radio stations and blah, 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 right? But now we're in the streaming world where, yeah, you don't need a record company anymore, quote unquote. But what do you need? You got to sign up with Spotify, so you might as well call Spotify the record company.
I was just going to say that you need the streamer, yeah.
Yeah, and like me, I can't just go to Spotify and go to my Spotify account and just upload my songs. I got to get a distributor. I got to get a TuneCore, a distro. Yeah, it's the same. They just figured out a new way to do the same old game, bro.
Tom McDonald never mentioned that. He's like, I'm completely independent.
Yeah, not really, bro. If you signed up on Spotify, you ain't independent. And if your music's on Spotify, you have to have a distributor. The only way you can truly be independent is your own website where you put your own stuff up and people buy it directly from you, or the other way I was thinking, well, even like Bandcamp, right? Bandcamp is like the closest you can get, but you still, a percentage of your royalties, quote unquote, is going to go back to the Bandcamp people. But you can get away with a distributor in that regard. You can upload your own music directly. You can cut the distributor out. Otherwise, you know, YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, all of that shit. You got to have one of those distributors. And when you read the terms of service for not only Spotify, but these distributors especially, it's all in their little shady language about, oh yeah, we can, you give us the right to use your stuff and this and that and blah, 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 and AI this and AI that. So
never give up your right.
That's what they do, bro.
It's crazy shit, man. Same, they're still trying to con people. That's why it's truly called a contract, so they could con you and then track you.
I mean, really, the best way, this is the way I'm trying to approach my stuff, is when I got an album of material ready, I'm going to, if I need to pay a professional master, you know, whatever, pay it out of pocket. And then when you're ready, print your own fucking CDs up. It's cheap, bro. It's like $1, $1.50, $2 a piece.
I was telling SIRDROP and HURYKANE, I'm like, yo, people still buy CDs.
Yeah, bro. Especially
Tom
overseas.
McDonald sells tons of them.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's the best way, bro. Fuck all this digital. In my opinion, bro, like, I mean, I've been an analog, like, I spun records as a DJ exclusively until like 2017. And I was tired of playing 20-year-old shit because nobody was putting records out anymore. It was all, MP3s. So that's when I made the transition, was just to have access to newer music. And there's good stuff that just exists in the digital realm. I'm not saying nothing about that. But in my opinion, if your shit only exists in the digital and not on a physical copy somewhere, it may as well not even exist, because, it could so easily be wiped out. And all these numbers and analytics that we all looking at and relying on and judging ourselves off of, it's all fake and manipulated, bro. All of it. The people at the top are manipulating their shit, and they're suppressing us at the bottom from really seeing what we should be seeing. You know what I mean? Keeping us from reaching all the same ears, and it's a fucking game, bro. So you just gotta fund yourself, bro. And
You got a dope. I watch your videos, man. You got a nice setup. Like you really get to express yourself into your art fully,
yeah, it's working for me, bro. It took me a long time to finally get the right pieces together and get my workflow. But like the song I made last night, from start to finish, bro, it was like 3 hours. 3 hours of work from start to finish. And that's the thing I like about it, is I got everything set up where I know what to do, what I need to do with it, and it's all right there and get done, bro.
I got to get a microphone. Well, I don't have to. I need a microphone, and then I want to get maybe a better laptop with terabytes in it so I can save more stuff, and then maybe pay for BandLab so I could open up more stuff. Because BandLab, believe it or not, it's pretty damn good. It gets the job done. And it don't sound that bad either. You can make it sound really good.
Yeah. That's the thing with the software, bro. Like, I don't use it, and a lot of people who do, I get a lot of, well, I don't get a lot. The only haters I get on my shit is people who are clearly people who use software and just want to hate on hardware, and if they feel a certain type of way about their
What's the
shit.
difference? Hardware is
Well, mine's all hardware.
software?
Software would be like DAWs, like BandLab is what they call a DAW, like a digital audio workstation.
And hardware is like floppy disk and shit.
Well,
it's analog.
It's more analog. I'm trying to think of a clear example. Well, my friend, I got a guitar player friend, and he sings. He just bought this little device that Boss makes, Boss brand. It's a BR1180, and it's basically just a digital multi-track controller. It's a little box. It's got little faders on it and shit.
That's dope.
And yeah, it's basically like a DAW, but in a hardware format. It's got an internal hard drive. It's got a CD slot on it. And it sounds really fucking good, bro. He got that thing for $120, bro. And you could find those all day long. It's like a 2004 technology. And it sounds awesome, bro. So, yeah, you start with BandLab, get around to it. And if you don't like the sound of it, it get you a little digital recorder, bro. And at least you can capture your vocal in that, and then drop that into something. And then if you want to use external beats, or if you got some stuff on software that just you like it, but it doesn't sound like the way you want it, sounds a little too in the box computer, dump it in a piece of hardware like a digital recorder. This thing's got effects and all kind of shit on it, and then bounce it back into there, bro.
We've learned hold on, let me turn this off. I've learned like I have what I used to use to edit my videos. So what I do is I'll go in there, like for this track I'm working on, I was getting George Bush a few things that he was saying to put in between the verses, because my verse is pretty much for the song gonna be based around treason and Bush and 9/11 and a bunch of other stuff. But so I take the sound, like I go to the video editing, I cut out everything around, you know, it's like editing a video. I cut out, just keep the little piece I want, save that, and then upload it into BandLab and put it, you know, or I could change the voice through BandLab, make them sound like a deeper voice. Like there's so much things you could do to work around with BandLab.
I'll tell you, bro,
and just make it sound professional.
I'm not familiar with BandLab specifically, but
it's all right.
I'm pretty sure I know about what it does. But if that's too limiting for you, a lot of people still use Fruity Loops.
I've tried Fruity Loops. It was kind of difficult for me. I even tried to make beats with it. I was lost.
Huh.
I wish I had like the money to get a pad, a drum pad. You know, the old school ones. Those I've used them a few times. They're way easier to figure out than Fruity Loops.
Well, if you can get you a MIDI keyboard and you can hook that into these software programs.
My friend used to hook his keyboard up to his drum pad. And this was back when he had it hooked up to this was in like 2099. This is before 9/11, I think. Yeah. And he had his drum machine and a nice keyboard. This is, you know, back when them things are like pretty expensive. And he put it in the stereo surround sound, and we used to record. He would like record. I forgot how he did it. It was so long ago, but he would either put the drums, he would upload sounds from the keyboard, and it's just, he was good. And we would put it on the tape and then rewind it and play the instrumental that he created and then put the voices. And then when that recorded, we would take that, play that, and put the ad-libs. It was pretty cool. But Fruity Loops. If I had a good computer to like buy the whole entire program of Fruity Loops, like I have a Dell right here. This thing would be perfect because you need a lot of memory for that type. Like Fruity Loops, you need a lot of memory.
Yeah, RAM is the most important. Yeah, a decent processor, but yeah.
So RAM is more than terabytes?
Yeah, terabytes.
Different?
Well, terabytes is just a measurement, but usually when you're talking terabytes, that's usually how they describe hard drive space, which is just like room in your file cabinet. RAM is a different type of, they call it memory, but what it's actually doing is that's helping your processor do complex tasks faster in a way that it can keep up with doing complex tasks like music creation. And when you got a bunch of things, like a lot of it will work fine on a simple level, but once you start adding different plugins, or you start adding more and more tracks of audio and you got different things mixing, that's when that RAM starts really getting crunched up. So yeah, the RAM and processor kind of work hand in hand, and that determines like your speed ability of your computer. But you know, the hard drive, that's kind of secondary. I mean, it's nice to have some space, but you really don't need a whole. You got 1 terabyte, you really got plenty to work with. You know, because eventually you're gonna want to store your finished stuff on something else anyway. So
I'm gonna download that song Hurricane and play it. I have two new beats, Hurricane. I want to put my verse down and do my ad libs and then send it to you that way. So then therefore no one has to wait, because I know you're fast. SIRDROP's faster than me, but I'm still working on that track because I have so many ideas. But like I said, I just want this 8-song EP to be it's probably going to be my only dope work of art. Like maybe not, but I just want it to sound really dope because it's my first. In reality, it's probably like my second or third album, but I really wouldn't call the other ones albums, more like mixtapes. But I just want everything to come out sounding good and fire. I want it to be a good piece of art. But Hurricane is a lot quicker than me, like because he's used to doing this so much.
What's the thing?
Now,
Everybody has to find their own system / workflow of whatever works for them. The whole point of all this shit, bro, is if you got an idea or you got a vocal and you ready, you want to capture that motherfucker, and then once you got it, you want it to be like you can capture something one time and then you can let it sit there, bro, and then come back to it later. But you want to make sure you get it right when you're ready to put it down, and then once it's there, as far as figuring out how to add it into the rest of the shit, it's all about just whatever works for you, bro. Like you said, you have problem with Fruity Loop making beats. Maybe that's not the one for you, bro. Maybe you might be a drum machine guy, or like you was talking about tapping the beats out. A keyboard will really probably help you on that. So there's little things you just gotta find what works for you, bro. It's all about getting that idea down and getting it out, bro.
Hurricane said, "I've been waiting." I know it's gonna be fire though. Trust me. Now, I'm quick with writing. I got tons of stuff written, or I could sit down and write something right then and there. I'm just so picky with how I want things to sound. Like other people ain't as picky as me, but plus,
yeah,
it'll be all worth it. I gotta, and now I'm working too, so I gotta take. What's today? Tuesday.
Yep. It's good to be a perfectionist. You know, it's good to obsess over little details, you know, to some degree. But if you find that it's limiting you actually doing things and putting it down, because you'll never learn anything sitting back and waiting for the right time. You got to get in, you got to do it, and you got to make shit that sucks, and you got to listen to it, and you got to say, oh, I like this little piece of what I did here, and this little piece over here, I need to correct it. I need to do this, and that's how you get better.
The problem I have though, in the groove is like, you know how in the studio people take out a little piece, like say I'm doing a verse, and like you said, I'd be like, oh, I like this part, but I want to take this part out. I've tried that, and I could actually tell when I'm listening to it that I recorded it 2 different times because the voice don't, for some reason, it's just, I don't know. Maybe the studios are different.
Yeah. All that comes into play. Just different volume levels, just your mindset even. That's why sometimes, like, you might have a day where you wake up like me, bro. Sometimes I wake up, sometimes I don't feel like making a whole song. Sometimes I just want to sample. And I'll just sit here and I'm in that mode. I'm gonna just sample a bunch of shit, and I might forget about it until I'm looking for something later. Or I'll say, oh, I'm gonna go pick that out. Or I might want to sit down. I might want to just make beats, or I might want to sit down and just make patches. If you feeling like a day,
I heard you make, it was real fire. It was kind of a hip hop beat. I was like, wow, you were bumping it too for a while.
Yeah, man. I mean, like when you talk about vocals, you might wake up and it might be flowing out of you. That's when you need to have a rig set up, good mic, and you know what you're working with, and you have to learn it. Once you record a few things and you're like, oh, I got noise in the background, you get all that straight, and you fucking just record, bro. Just record it, and as long as you got it, you can go back. And I always do 2-3 takes on things. Like I upload songs that I made. I I spend hours just recording different takes of things, and I'll upload one, but I got plenty of other ones in there. And the thing is, you can always go back and if it, it's all recorded well, you can always go back and reuse that and chop it up and put it in a DAW and make a different version out of it. So
Hurricane said you got great beats. I don't know if you could see the chat.
I can't. Yeah, man. I appreciate that, bro.
My inspiration won't disappear, Hurricane. I'm so set on making that track that you put your verse down to fire. I already got my verse. I already got most of the sounds picked out. I just got to sit here and do it. The only thing that pisses me off is I have to use my laptop, and if the hotspot runs out, I'm screwed till I pay my bill. And if I use just my phone, for some reason, BandLab has an echo. I didn't have that problem with my last phone. The other times we made songs, except for Television, yeah, I think that was the only one. Nope, besides that other one. But the other ones I made with SIRDROP, I used my other phone. I never had the echo problem. It's only with this phone for some reason.
Yeah, you definitely need
a mic.
Definitely need to get an offline rig at least to do some recording where you can. All you need is if you got a laptop and a microphone, maybe a little mixer, and that's what they call it, like a USB
Equalizer.
interface. Preamp. That's what I was thinking of. A mic preamp. Plug the mic into that. You get it into the computer itself, and then when you want to use BandLab, you just pull it off of your hard drive. You don't have to be online the whole time with that.
Yeah, I have this Dell computer. I just got to get a new screen.
Yeah, it's older.
Or,
because a lot of times those have the older ones. You might could have a remote screen on it. Plug it into your TV or something.
Yeah, I don't know what year this one came out.
It's all about the connections.
Windows 7, so it's probably old as dirt.
It might, bro. Some of that Windows 7 stuff still had if it's got an HDMI port on it, or the old ones used to have little serial monitor ports with it. If it's got an HDMI on it, you could probably mirror the monitor onto something else like a TV.
I'm gonna try to record that today, Hurricane. And just send it to you. I'll put my verse first. And the beat is so fire, man. These two beats I got. One's by Alchemist, and from the Havoc album called damn, I forgot what the album's called. But the beat is insane. And then I got another one from Apathy and Jada Kiss. That beat is so sick. And I got to get a hold of what's his name? I forgot his name.
Oh shit.
Knowledge Uprising. I gotta give him a ring because he said he'll make some beats. And then I wanted to purchase a beat off of Prodigy's daughter on Instagram. She's really talented, man. She could rap and she can make beats.
Yeah, try to find you somebody local, bro. Try to find you somebody local that's fucking making beats and looking for a rapper, bro. You'd be surprised. You might find it. Get together, bro, and get in the same room and make magic happen, bro.
That's true. There is tons of people out there that just want someone to rhyme on their beats.
Yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube, this tall white guy, and he would go to the gas station near his house and throw the mic up, and he'd be like, if you catch it, you get a free session on my beats. And believe it or not, he's getting, I don't know if it's set up that way just for show, but yeah, he just wanted people to rhyme on his beats.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about this whole AI music trend going on, is that I definitely don't have a problem with. A lot of people make the argument, it's like, well, I could never make music before, and now I can, be creative and do. That's great. But the part I hate about it is it's preventing people from getting together and actually collaborating. Because somebody's like, well, why? Oh, why should I find a beat maker? I can just use this and it'll spit it. And it's like, yeah. But what if you actually connected with somebody else who was in it like you in it, or you know what I mean? That's the part that I hate about it. It's like, I think it's hurting people seeking out other people, because I know how it is, bro. It's hard to work with other people. I've tried a few times here locally, and some people are just difficult, you know what I mean? Or some people don't want to work as much as you do, or whatever it is. But if you can find somebody and y'all both get on the same page, same vision, bro, it's unstoppable, bro. In my opinion.
Shit. This is her website. I don't know if you're still here, Hurricane. Probably not. But this is Santana Fox. That's Prodigy's daughter's name. This is her website with her beats. I'm going to look and see how much they are. If they're only like $200, I'll buy one. Because there's a producer named Stu Bangers, and he made beats for everybody. Sean Price, Ill Bill, and his beats is only $200. And he's been doing this for a long time. So I but Santana Fox, she was on Instagram, because I listened to her music on YouTube. So I was like, let me check her out on Instagram. And the first video I seen was her with her MP3 or whatever you call them, making beats on the drum machine. I was like, wow, because she obviously was around people like her pops is Prodigy and Mobb Deep. And then, she probably was around Havoc and Alchemist. Probably learned a lot of tips. But regardless, she's got talent. That must have sucked, losing her pops. Well, not must have. I know it did. Losing anyone, a friend, a family, it sucks, man. And it never sets in right away either. Right away. Every time I've lost a friend or a family member, it took years for me to cry for my mother. I remember one night I just started crying like crazy. It took a couple years. Like, I was numb. Maybe because I was medicating myself every fucking day. But yeah, I love making music, man. It's an art. I've been writing music since I was 13. It's just been a while. Like you in the groove with beats and stuff, you flow like water, because you know your stuff, your instruments, and it allows you to just, like you said, it's there. You could just jump right on there if you got an idea or something, you know what to do, and you just flow like water. Like Hurricane, he gets on that mic, man, he flows like water. Me, I might have been writing all the time, but it's not like I was jumping on beats and mastering my craft. It's been years since I jumped on beats, because I didn't have friends that had studios to just go to and A lot of my friends that rhymed when we were younger, like, you know, in our teens, late teens, and early 20s, they don't write no more. They don't want to rhyme. Like I tried to get my friend that I made an album with. He's got a son he's raising, and he works all the time. He's like, man, I don't got time for that shit. He's like, I'll write you a chorus. Man, I'm like, bro, I'm only asking for one verse, bro. 16 bars. He won't even, he's lazy to do that. So a lot of my friends just don't treat it like
Mine don't
me.
either, bro. No, mine don't either. I never had nobody show me shit except for introducing me to like my first piece of gear. They brought something over and I'm like, oh, what's that? And I'll play with it. And then I go out and I buy my own. And then, you know, I obsess over this shit, bro. It's like I do this shit every day. And even when I wasn't doing this, I was playing drums or DJing. It's all relative, but yeah, I try to get people all the time to like, let's do something, bro. I got all this shit. Let's do it. Oh man, well, it's like, all right. So a lot of it is mindset, bro. I get it. People are in their thing, but like you were saying, bro, me and Hurricane, bro, we do this shit all the time. So it's like riding a bike or whatever. It's anything you do. It's, after a little practice, you get in the habit, you'll find what works, bro. It'll come to you. Trust me. You just got to get in it, fuck around in it, and start trying to get it done. And once you get one little baby step, you repeat the process. And then you're like, oh, okay, here. This is where effects go. This is where it affects here. And it'll all start coming together, bro. You just gotta stick with it. And people give up and they quit and they go on to real life and they forget. That's really what it is, bro. They forget. Because if you were to get these people in a room, all these old, you know, your old friends and shit, you get them in a room, bro, and you start doing it and they start hearing shit and that bug, bro, the bug's in them or they'd have never done it in the first place. They just forget, bro. They forget. And then once, you know, if they don't want to come around, you just got to let them be, bro. But that's really what it's about. Sometimes I get bored and I get discouraged and I take a break for a couple weeks and I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm done, bro. I don't have anything else to say. I feel like I've done enough. It's not going nowhere, blah, blah, blah. And then one day if I'm feeling a certain way, I turn it on and as soon as I fucking hit a key on the board and that sound hits my ears, bro, it's just like hearing it for the first time again. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Now I get it. Now I remember. Now I remember why I do this shit.
That's what Alchemist said, that he takes a break and works on another beat and then we'll come back to it.
Yeah, bro.
I don't Hurricane, I don't know. He said my mother was a beep crackhead. I don't know if I should have said that, man, but that ruined his life. She passed away last year. He said he cried because why would she choose death over life? And I read this, I thought, first thing I thought, every drug addict's selfish because I've been there. I was very selfish when I was doing perks and oxys, and when my mother died, I just took it out on numbing my pain, not caring who I heard around me. It was all about me. And I didn't realize how selfish I was till I said, you know what, why am I destroying myself? And I got my shit together, but maybe she was in a lot of pain and that's just how she numbed it. I don't know, but a lot of my friends are caught up in baby mama drama. A lot of my friends I grew up with, we were solid. We don't really talk anymore. Once in a great while.
Oh, I'm the same way, bro. I can't believe how, I don't know, isolated or ignored, like, you know, people I had real life experiences with that are like the best times of my life, and I ain't spoke to some of these motherfuckers in 30 years. And sometimes I see some of them and it's like, I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? Good to see you. And some of these people, bro, I got some friends. I just got to shake my head like, how the fuck did you end up being a motherfucker that's sitting here wanting to watch TikToks all day or watch TV and fucking laugh at fucking Big Bang Theory and shit? And it's like who the fuck are you, bro? So I don't know, bro. People are just in their thing, bro. It's a weird thing, bro.
I can relate, Hurricane too, with when you said they just wanted to get in where they fit in. Some people don't want to they just want to, hold on, let me reread. Realize their heart wasn't in it. Yeah, they didn't want to. They realized that making art it takes time and you got to really spend hours mastering your craft. They didn't want to put their heart into it.
Well, a lot of it has. I was gonna throw the money thing in there.
If I had the equipment, I would have had my heart in it every day. But there's no excuses. I'm gonna now I'm gonna do what I should have done in my 20s. But I wasn't in the right mind state in my 20s. I wrote a lot, but I was too busy numbing the pain when I should have fucking not been a bitch.
I never had the confidence, not really the confidence so much. I just, like when I was growing up, all the old school music and shit, I was just I was an avid listener, bro. I had the nice Vega home stereo system. I loved bass. I loved hi-fi sound. I loved listening, but I never envisioned myself actually doing the thing because it seemed like such a foreign, complicated thing. And like you said, I didn't have nobody around me that had a studio. I didn't get jumped into it like that. I had to stumble into it by accident to where I was forced to buy my first couple record players. And I didn't really want to. I was reluctant about it, but I was like, well, I'm gonna just do this and then but I never saw myself doing it. But it wasn't until I got in it a little bit and I was like, oh shit, I can do this. And everything else took off from that. So for me, I wasted so much of my early part of my life just thinking, oh, this ain't for me. I got to go be a fucking computer guy, or I got to go fucking do this job or that because that makes money. But nah, bro, if it's in you, that's where our parents kind of failed us, I think. My parents, I don't have any complaints about my parents as far as my upbringing. They provided, we didn't live no high life for sure, but it wasn't nothing negative. The only thing is that when I showed interest in certain things, they should have been the ones to nurture that. They should have said, oh, you like this music thing, huh? Oh, here's a keyboard, here's a drum kit, here's this and that. And that was the one thing I always wanted to do if I ever had kids was I wanted to make sure I paid attention. And if I seen them show any amount of fucking interest in anything, you put it in front of them, bro. Because you never know, dude. I wish I could have started way earlier, but I started about 28. And I've been doing it ever since. So, hey, it's better late than never. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro.
That's why I got all the, I got all the equipment in my phone. I'm just going to get me a nice mic. Next month, I'm going to treat myself to a mic and just keep on pushing forward and create this piece of art. I think I'm glad I met Hurricane, man. I think that song Television with me, Hurricane, and SIRDROP's a good track. I don't think I sound 100%, and I could have been a little more on beat, and then I could have put my ad libs. I could have doubled up my sound and then cut I like to double up. I've learned with BandLab, I double up my sound, the verse, and then I like to cut out and just kind of like leave the double. It sounds like to double up the words that rhyme. You know, like every.
Hey, you know how you can do that with something that you've already recorded, just something that you've recorded straight. That's where you put a little, either a chorus or a short delay effect on it, and that's what that does. It doubles it up like that. And then if you want um if you want to have like your vocal doubled up, but you want the other vocal to maybe be at a different pitch, then you just run you 2 tracks. You put that same vocal on both tracks, and you just affect the one, and you put your little pitch shift on it. So these are just little bitty tricks, bro. All the shit you talking about, it seems like, oh, you got to do all this to get that. Nah, bro, it's all right there, bro. It's actually very, I don't want to say simple, but it is once you figure it out that everything you need is right there. You know what I mean? You need a few standard effects, a little reverb, delay, some other shit helps, a little chorus, and it's all kind of the same once you get to a certain point. And then multi-track, if you got a good recording, even if you just got one little sample, bro, you can do so much. I got a prime example, bro. I tell people this shit all the time. It blew me away when I figured it out. Public Enemy, bro. Public Enemy's like first 2 albums. Terminator X, I'm gonna just say, because he's the DJ in the group, the producer. Most, if not all of their songs on those first 2 albums, they all sampled out of one fucking song, bro. It's a 1970s song called The Grunt.
You mean the whole album? They made it out of a couple songs?
Out of one fucking song. You go look up, I think they're called the JTs, and the song is called The Grunt. And you listen to that motherfucker, bro, and it'll blow your fucking mind. You go, oh shit, that's fucking Don't Believe the Hype. That's Welcome to the Terror Dome. It's all in there, bro. So they took one song, they sampled, they made 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many albums and songs they made out of that shit. So it's not as complicated as it sounds. Like I said, when I was young, I used to think, oh my God, how the hell did they do this? But I don't know, but I like it. And then years later, bro, you figured out, oh shit, that sound is on this little keyboard, or this drum machine makes that sound, or this is what a sampler's for, and oh, that's a little effect here, and it's all it is, bro. But you never know until you get in and do it. So don't be paralysis by analysis. You just got to get started, bro. Like you said, get your mic. Whatever, if Bandcamp works, do that. And then once you find you kind of limited and you're ready to expand, then you'll find another program. Another program people use, bro. It's free. It's that Reaper. I don't use it, but I know people who do, and I know a lot of, especially in the hip hop world, a lot of those producers, they use Reaper with their MPCs and shit, and it's free. You download that, bro, and you got you a professional digital workstation, like a little studio in a box, bro. Got everything you need in it. Because sampling is easy, especially like hip hop beats, bro. That shit is so fucking easy once you know how they do it, bro. You sample anything at a high tempo, and then you just slow it down, bro. The natural pitch bend, and they call it aliasing, that happens when you drop the pitch of something that you sampled. That's that fucking hip hop beat, bro. That's all it is. Sample it, slow that motherfucker down with the pitch bend, and there you go, bro. Fucking Public Enemy beats.
I wanted Groove to make us a beat, Hurricane, but that's on in the Groove. I know he's busy a lot.
No, I'm down to do
But
anything. My thing is just knowing what people are looking for, you know? That's why I like having people in the room, bro, because I got so much shit. I could do this, I could do that, but I like when somebody can say, "Oh, that right there." I say, "Oh, you like that?" And then bang, I can expand off that and do it, you know?
maybe
But,
one day we can do it on like a Zoom or something. You, me, and Hurricane.
yeah,
Where you live down south?
yeah, I'm in Louisiana.
Wow. Near the Gulf? It's probably warm there.
Usually, yeah, but it's been cold lately, but it's warmed up now. It was cold this morning. My heater was running and shit. Now it's a fall day. Now it feels like fall.
Hurricane's better with like tempos and stuff. Like I don't know, like Mobb Deep. I like their beats from like that type of tempo from their album Hell on Earth or Murder Music. But I don't know what with tempo, not 808. That's like I don't I'm not too good with the tempos and stuff. I was learning it when I would use the beat machine and stuff, but I really didn't, like my friend also had the tool that would sit there and go. He literally had the thing you could put on, your desk or wherever, and it would tick because it wasn't built into what he had. So he had that little thing that would go tick, tick, or you could speed it up. It would go tick, 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 and he would make beats to that.
Yeah, that's all stuff you'll it's simpler than it seems. But yeah, tempo is a big part of a lot of it because especially with vocals and however you're feeling. I noticed that too. Some days I like to work on faster stuff like around the 120, 128 stuff. And then some days I'm not in that mode. I got to be down to 105, 96. Some days I like to go even slower than that so it has a lot to do with how you feeling, especially vocal wise. So, but that's where like a piece of hardware, a software does it too. It just does it a little different, but you got something playing and you can just reach right up and dial that tempo right where you want, right where it hits. And you feel it's like, yeah, that's it. Sometimes you don't know till you hear it. So yeah, you just need to get started, bro. Get started, start fucking around with some shit, learn it. Learn how it works. Because every piece of gear, software, all of it at the end of the day will give you the same thing at the end. But they all kind of work a little different for whatever reason. But the way they're made, maybe the terminology is different, but the function is really the same between this device and that. Find you some good YouTube channels, bro. There's a lot of good channels out here that are not only tutorials that'll teach you how to use certain pieces of software or gear or whatever, but just production in general, bro. Just find you some channels where the dude's speaking and he gets to the point and you're understanding, and you'll learn, bro. You'll learn in no time, bro. That's why I have to. Sometimes I tell people I think they would be surprised if they looked at like my actual like news feed or my YouTube feed, like the people I subscribe to. I'm sure some people think, oh, bro, he's probably got fucking conspiracy theory. I have almost no conspiracy theory channels, like except for you guys, like people that talk like me on my level, like you guys. Other than that, I got fucking music shit. I got stupid ass sports shit. I got fucking studio talk over here or fucking tarot readers. Fucking what's some other stupid shit I watch? I got some weather shit. It's like don't get too wrapped up in this shit. But at the end of the day, when I'm listening to anything on YouTube, in the background, I'm working on this shit. I'm doing my thing in here, bro. Working on this music.
Oh, I got Hurricane's song. I'm uploading it now. It's called Expert. Um, yeah, I've been really working with the band lab, trying to perfect it. I'm getting pretty good at it. Cause at first I didn't know shit. SIRDROP showed me some stuff, and then I learned a lot on my own. I haven't seen SIRDROP in a minute, man. You even come by. Um, you guys want to hear Hurricane's new track? Expert. It's by Hurricane. I forgot the other guy's name. What's the other guy's name, Hurricane? Hold on, does it say it on here? Hold on. Oh shit. I don't know if Hurricane's still in here. Hurricane. You know, that's another thing, talking about hurricanes. I remember growing up, man, in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, there was no damn hurricanes in November. Ever since these people put all these towers up, man, hurricanes have been getting violent, and they're able to stare them. But people really believe Mother Earth is doing this to us. Like, I could tell my friends till they're blue in the face that the towers are throwing frequencies, and then when they seed, they seed the storm front, they have many ways to do it. It ain't just by planes. They got boats that do it. And then the metals they're spraying up there also, I think, enhance the frequencies. But these people should be terminated for treason. Spraying the sky with metals. Like, these people don't care about little children or nothing. They're just savage, selfish beasts.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm down for executing all of them, bro. Anybody who's done a crime against humanity, it's time to fucking go, bro. Get them the fuck out of here. I've had enough of it. These lying motherfuckers killed my grandma, so it's personal for me, bro.
Me too.
Yeah.
And people telling me, you know, that's why I said in my song, I said I won't be satisfied. What did I say? I said I won't be satisfied until my mother's death is revenged. I guess a lot of people don't understand the pain that we deal with, you know, when your grandmother and my mother and many other people went through this. They should still be alive, healthy, living.
Exactly.
No one should be dead at 40 years old. The United States is the only dumbass country that has pink cancer day. Like, what? Our country has more cancer patients. I wonder if they even lie to these people and tell them it could be something they could cure so easy, but they say, nope, you got cancer. Lie to them so then they could sign their life over and get radiation treatment. These people are sick.
Yeah, and what's funny is they call all that shit what? Cancer awareness.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, motherfucker, we're aware now. Okay? It's like they got to
We've
keep
been
reminding
aware.
people. Yeah, bro.
We're also aware they're giving us cancer too.
Exactly.
And I'm aware that the radiation treatments excite the cancer cells. I learned this about 2 years after my mother died. I learned that this radiation is poison, and you know, when people are going through these treatments, they can't even get a cold that could kill them. So
Yeah,
how
because
the fuck is that even helping? It's exciting the cancer and killing your immune system. So how can they fight cancer if their fucking immune system's shot? Don't even make sense. But you know, I think a lot of the food we eat is giving people cancer. But they'll never admit that. Shit. It's cold.
Got my sword again, staying horse again in the Jordan fit. Keep recording this, slanging all these evil forces, bitch. They be fucking with all of us, killing all of us. So preposterous, time to send you bitches to Tartarus. Kill the officers, slaughter them at their offices. When the target hits, I be killing them evil narcissists. When the drama hits, taking out your reconnaissance. Hypersonic hits, frequency weapons, I shoot a lot of it. It's a power hit, knock you out of your moccasins. Grab a soccer wrist, bash your head in front of the populace. Take the load of this, get the most of this. Hocus pocus shit, kill opponents for putting bombs in your poker chips. Time to flow again, vision just like a Doberman suitcase. You get float again, take your fucking soul again. Niggas scared of my lyrics, you fucking bitches. That's why you gon' have to fucking listen, motherfucker, listen. Ripping your ass faster, bastard. Have to blast you, even your taskmaster. The class master, slash fast and I cast you in the pasture. Ride the cars, just ride past you. What happened after decompose, release your soul to the dark dimension where you get Peter rolled. Hit the building, I'm creeping slow in sneaking mode. Metal Gear on me, bitch. I need the secret codes for the launch pad, bitch. I'm going nuclear. Fuck the White House, bitch. I'm turning into dust. Gats I trust, the blast I must. If you scared of my lyrics, I'ma blast at ya. Y'all ain't ready for the shit that I spit. Niggas scared of revolution, y'all know this is real as it get. Don't like it, I'ma hit you with this. You a pussy and a bitch. When I see you, gon' get hit with that blick, bitch. Was that over the top? I could never tell. Seems most of you niggas is really fucking frail. I know my lyrics be hitting home, yeah, I can tell. Fuck y'all bitch ass niggas, let's take it somewhere else. You know what else? I wanna strangle you all to death. Rip the heart at your chest and leave your soul to rest. You criticize my intellects, the disrespect. I should beat the shit out you until you get correct. I get you scared of the bigger threat, I've been the vet. Born legend, the god of storms, I've been the best. Grab a tech, tell the government you was next. You know the world is a stage, I'm shooting up the set. Pull the trigger, we kill them quicker, the iller spitter. I see your army, but I'll destroy all them niggas. Call me killer, Kane drinking Bacardi, nigga. This the end of the world, so come and party with us.
That was fire. Real fire. I like that. Man, like you were saying in the groove, man, we made the first album I ever made was with a PlayStation 2, I think it was. Funkmaster Flex video game where you can make beats. We had like, I forgot how many tracks, but we used to take clips of movies, would hold the mic near the TV. Man, we were pretty creative. Well, thanks to Naga and In the Groove for coming up. I appreciate it. And who used to do that? That was funny. I will maybe go live tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. But I'm gonna jump off here. See if I could put a verse down on this beat. If the echoing, I forgot how I did it last time to work around the echoes. But I'll figure it out. Peace out, everyone. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever the heck you are. Just as long as you ain't in Israel. Oh, I'm joking. I feel bad for the Israel people. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace of the gods. I'll check you guys next time.